This is the Hello Fresh Blue Apron Throwdown. Alright guys, welcome back to Chef HD. George Kringas here. I've always been curious about which one of these services are actually better. So today we're going to find out. We got Hello Fresh and we got Blue Apron. I've used Blue Apron in the past. My wife just recently started using Hello Fresh. From what I've tasted so far, I'm leaning a little towards this guy right here. That being said, I haven't used Blue Apron in a long time. Well, yeah, let's check out the boxes. Let's see what we're working with today. Rustic farro and pork sausage soup. Sounds pretty good. They both do a very good job of packaging and shipping. Sausage. These are pretty neat. Skin heat spices. Carrots and the onions are the first step. Oh. I'm dying right now. Anyways, just one slit down. And should peel right off. It's a nice looking sausage. So you just want to break it up to little pieces like that. Right, so we want a little olive oil in the pan. Nice and hot. Go in there, break it into little pieces. So all this browning going on, that's where our flavor is coming from for this dish. So let the pan do its thing here. Don't be scared of the smoke. If it gets a little smoky, just crack open the window. Turn your fan on. I'm gonna break this up. So my wife started with Blue Apron at home. That's how I first got introduced to these companies. And I was just like, man, this is so cool. It's like every time I cooked one, it was just like brought me back to culinary school. I went to French Culinary Institute, and they'd give you a recipe card, and you're on your own basically with some instruction, obviously. And this really brought me back to that, which I really enjoyed. So like, I would recommend these boxed meal kits for anybody who wants to learn how to cook. What I usually do is when I get this brown goodness on the bottom of the pan there, I like to deglaze the pan with a little alcohol. Look at that, nice brown. That nice brown that's going on right now, you really smell it. This is where a lot of new cooks get scared. They see the brown going on, they smell the reaction going on, but this is what's supposed to happen. Add a little bit of wine there. Alright, I would say like a quarter of a cup. Look at that. Oh man, that smells good. Now we add our veg. Alright, there we go. Just like that. Next step is adding the tomato and the parsley to the mix. A little dry rub in there. Other than the wine, I wouldn't have gone too far off the recipe at this point. Alright, we're adding in 2 of these chicken stock packs. A cup of farro and the water. We're going to mix that in nice. Growing up, my mother used to use that chicken base. I know that it's not the healthiest option, but if you want to add a lot of flavor to a dish, throw in a little cube of that, man, you're golden. So I grew up in the restaurant business. My dad had a bar in Terrytown, and that's where I got my love for cooking. Just follow my mother around the kitchen. I gotta say, this smells pretty freaking good. Alright, so we've been going for about 10 minutes, and the smells are really, really good, man. Really good. My mother used to make lentil soup. Add a little bit of red wine vinegar at the end for a little acid to kind of carry you through each bite. Yeah, maybe a little cider vinegar. Just tasted it. The farro's cooked. Gonna add in one of the packets of Parmesan. Stir that in. And I'm gonna go with my gut on this one. And I got maybe 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar going in there as well. All right, we're all set, guys. Let's get this into the bowl. All right, for the taste. Yeah, vinegar really helped out. Look at that. This is actually really good. And now for Blue Apron. Chicken. So Hello Fresh was very good. We're back. We're doing Blue Apron now. So we're doing a chicken and curry mustard with carrot and currant rice. A little bit of olive oil to start, and we throw our vegetables in. We gotta add our rice. We're gonna bring this up to a boil and lower it down. Okay, so our chicken is seasoned. One good thing about Blue Apron is that they measure everything out for you. So yeah, this looks pretty good. You got that curry, dry curry rub bloomed out in the water, and then you add the mayo and the Dijon mustard. Wow, that's pretty good actually. Hey, curry mustard, pretty cool. Alright guys, so the next step, I'm going to do the mushrooms. I'm going to brown them off a bit. So one trick to cooking mushrooms, obviously don't overcrowd the pan, you've heard that one before, but just be patient, leave them without stirring them. Let the pan do its work. Mushrooms nice and brown. Alright, now for the chicken. Use the same pan, add a little more oil, let that smoke start to come up, and then drop it into the pan. Similar to the mushrooms, just let the pan do its work. We're going to let this get nice and brown before we add our scallions and our peppers in. Add our veg in. Looks good, smells good. Now deglaze it with a little wine. So let that cook in a little bit. Also to finish this off, I'm just going to add a little bit of butter. Just get that sauce going nice. Just that little touch of butter in there, it gave it a little creaminess. It added that nice little smell to it. Let me add back the mushrooms in here. Oh, look at that. Alright, so here we go guys. Float that rice up. Alright guys, so that's the dish. I hope these peppers aren't too spicy, man, they're gonna kill me. That sauce comes right out of it. I gotta say, this dish altogether is a winner. It's really good. Whipping this up in about 30-40 minutes. This is a good dish. Alright guys, so comparing the two, my thoughts, they're both very good. I know that's not helpful, but I think HelloFresh took it on this one. I think that Blue Apron is very good. Don't get me wrong, but I would, if it's the choice between one or the other, I would have to say go with HelloFresh. I think it gives you enough lesson plan. I think it gives you enough guidance. Still feels like culinary school. I just think that the recipes are more complete than the Blue Apron was. Anyway, all right guys, that's a wrap. If you like what you saw, subscribe down below, click the notifications, give me a like, thumbs up. If not, thumbs down, it's all good. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next week.